my name's Camilla. Welcome to beginner Vinyasa Flow, focusing on the hips. So we'll start by sitting in Sukhasana, easy pose, the ankles opposite one another. Hands open on the knees, thumb and index finger lightly touching. And close the eyes, sitting up tall. Sitting back on your sit bones, relax the shoulders. And gently close your mouth and start breathing through your nostrils. Just noticing how the breath feels in your body today. And gently turn the focus to your inhale, and as you inhale, let the belly rise fully and focus on the breath, drawing up the front of the lungs, the back of the ribs, right up to your collarbones. And then fully and deeply exhale. And gently draw the attention to your rest of your body. Release and relax the muscles around the brow, around the eyes, and around the jaw. Relax the shoulders. And release any tension you're holding in your hips and thighs. And gently take your fingers out the side, and as you inhale, reach the arms up. Palms together, and exhale, hands down to your heart center. And again, breathing in, open the shoulders, reaching up. And exhale, hands down. And again, breathing in, open the shoulders, reaching up. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, reaching up, this time interlace the fingers. Index finger points up. And as you exhale, come down towards the right. Inhale, come up. And down towards the left. Good, one more on each side. Try to keep the top shoulder open. Good. And back to center, take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders back and look towards the sky. Breathe into the top of the body. And then release the hands in front of you. Draw the belly in and round the spine. And then take the hands back by your side and come up onto all fours. So making sure your wrists are below your shoulders and your shins are flat behind you. Draw your belly down, shoulders away from the ears, and look to the sky. And as you exhale, lifting up towards the sky. Breathing in, soften the spine, tailbone lifts up. And exhale, breathing out. So close the eyes if you like, helping you tune in to the breath, linking the breath to the body movement. Come back to a neutral spine and gently come down onto your forearms. Keep the hips above the knees, take your hands out in front of you, and gently bring the chin onto the mat. If that's too much for you between the shoulders, bring the forehead onto the mat. So breathe and soften in between the shoulder blades. And gently come back up onto all fours, curl the toes under behind you, and lift the hips to the sky. Come on the tips of the toes to begin with, and just pedal out the feet. Right heel, left heel. Bring the knees inwards if you like. And then gently settle into your downward facing dog. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, heels down towards the mat. And don't worry if they don't touch the mat for now. Just find some length in the spine and the hamstrings, and breathe. Look towards the front, gently step towards the front and forward fold. Hold on to your elbows, release and let go. Create a figure of 8 with the elbows if you like. And then release the arms, head is heavy, soft knees as you roll up to standing. No rush, just feel and enjoy the vertebrae unfolding one by one. Great, and step the front of the mat. Feet together, toes touching, hands by your side. Close the eyes again, draw the attention to your breath. Gently open the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, come down towards the right. Again, inhale up and exhale down towards the left. And inhale up, forward fold, hands down towards the toes. If the hands don't touch the floor, just bend the knees, okay? Otherwise, let the legs straighten out, look forward, bring the head down to the knees, forward folds. Again, soften the knees as you roll up to standing head. Arms are heavy as you unfold. And again, inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold, hands down towards the toes. Bend the knees if you need to. As you inhale, come to Uttasana. So bring the hands below the knees, soften the knees if you need to, draw the shoulders back and lengthen the spine. If you find your hamstrings a little bit longer, you can bring the hands to the floor and look forward. Okay, so here or here is great. From here, release the hands to the feet, head to knees, forward fold. As you come up to standing, take the arms out the side. Again, if the spine is rounded, just bend the knees. Pushing up through the heels, hands together, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Same thing again, breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold, hands down to the toes. Inhale, looking forward, Uttasana, so either here or here. As you exhale, hands to feet, head to knees, forward fold. Coming up to standing, pushing up through the feet. Palms together and down to the heart center. And again, breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold, hands down to the toes. Breathing in Uttasana, fingers on the floor or below the knees. From here, bend the knees, hands onto the mat and step back into plank position. So find your plank. Bring the hips level or just below the shoulders. Make sure the shoulders are above the wrists and look forward. From here, come down onto your knees and down onto your belly. Hands underneath the shoulders, and as you inhale, lifting up and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Look towards the sky. Hands back down, curl the toes and push back into downward dog. So try and stare either towards the navel or in between your feet, but look at one spot. Breathing in, look forward. Now you can step or jump towards the front of the mat. As you exhale, head to knees, forward fold. Arms out the side again, reaching up to standing. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. And again, breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold, hands down to the toes. Breathing in Uttasana, half lift. Breathing out, hands to feet, step or jump back into plank. Moving onto your knees and down onto your tummy. This time, hands by your ribs. And as you inhale, come into mini cobra or a full cobra. Just see how your lower back feels. Exhale down, curl the toes under. Again, back into downward dog. 3 full breaths again. If you find your hamstrings are tight, you can come on the tips of your toes, bend the knees and lift the hips. Belly to thighs, just to feel a nice length in the back. Otherwise, bring the heels down towards the mat. Next, inhale, look forward, step or jump towards the front. Exhale, head to knees, forward fold. Arms out the side, reaching up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold, hands down to the toes. Inhale, look forward, smile the shoulders, either here or here. Bend the knees, hands to mat, step or jump back into plank. Look forward, rock forward. Come onto the knees and down onto your tummy. This time we'll take the hands behind us, legs together, thighs are firm. As you inhale, lift the chest. If it's okay, if your lower back, lift the legs as well. And breathe, relax the face. Hands back down, curl the toes and back up into downward facing dog. Breathing fully. On your next inhale, look forward, step or jump towards the front of the mat. Head to knees, forward fold. Arms out. Reaching up to standing, hands down to your heart center. So from here, moving to a Surya Namaskar B. Hands back down by your side. Inhale, reaching up. From here, forward fold, hands down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back into plank position. So either come to your knees, or if it's there for you, come down without your knees. Coming onto the feet if it's there for you into full upward dog. Otherwise, come to the knees and come into cobra. Both are great. Curl the toes back into downward facing dog. From here, bring the right foot up by the right hand. If it doesn't reach, you can pick it up and place it there. Back foot comes down, reaching up into warrior one. So brachial presses down, reaching up. Look up to sky, exhale, hands down to your foot. Foot joins the back foot and moving either onto your knees or without the knees onto your butt tummy. Moving into cobra. Curl the toes back into downward dog. Inhale, opposite foot comes forward. If it doesn't reach all the way, pick him up. Back heel comes down, hips are square to the front, reaching up. Exhale, hands down by your front foot. Front foot joins the back foot. So option one is to the knees, or option two without the knees. Lifting into cobra. Curl the toes back into downward facing dog. So 3 full breaths again. Sit bones high to the sky. Looking at one point. And breathing. And from here, bring your feet together behind you. Rise on the tips of the toes, bend the knees so you can step, or you can hop to the front of the mat. Exhale, head to knees forward fold. Coming into Utkatasana chair pose. So sink deep here, palms together, look up towards the sky. And exhale, hands down to your heart center. So toes together, heels slightly apart, hands by the side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, looking forward here or here. Bend the knees, hands to mat, step or jump into plank position. Moving through your vinyasa, so either to the knees or again without the knees. Either into full upward dog with the legs off the floor, elbows slightly soft, or you can come into cobra and back into downward facing dog. This time inhale and lift the right leg up behind you. From here, transfer the weight forward, right knee towards your right shoulder. And then as you exhale, pull back behind you again. So we'll do 2 more. The knee can come to the shoulder or the elbow. Try to keep the left hip lifted. And 1 more. And back. And finally the right foot comes up again by the right hand. Back heel comes all the way around now towards the right side. Left arm reaches in front as you come up to warrior two. So find your warrior two. The front knee is above the ankle. Looking over the front fingertips. And breathing. Ribs are in and the tailbone draws down towards the heels. From here, right forearm comes down, lifting up and over. Keep space between the shoulder and the ear. And if it's there for you, you can slide the hand to the floor on the inside of the foot. Coming into the right hip. Inhale, come up. Slide the left hand back, reaching up and over. And again, moving through your vinyasa. So right hand comes down, left hand comes down. The back heel lifts up, front foot joins the back foot. So again, either onto your knees or without the knees, onto your belly. Moving into cobra. And back into downward facing dog. So same on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg. From here, you're bringing the left knee towards the left shoulder. And take it back behind you again. And again, knee towards shoulder. And behind you. If it comes towards the elbows, that's fine, but we're aiming for the shoulder and back. From here, left foot comes up by left hand. Back heel comes around. Again, coming up to warrior two to face the other side. Forearm onto the knee, reach the right arm up and over. Again, space between the shoulder and the ear. And watch your front knee doesn't draw inwards. Stay here or take the hand down to the floor. Slide the right leg back if you need to. Inhale, come back again. Back up into warrior two. Left hand comes down, right hand comes down. Front foot joins the back foot. So option 2 here for your vinyasa is to come down a quarter of the way onto the front of the hips, the front of the feet. Shoulders are back, elbows soft, and back into downward dog. Or you can do the other option. Breathing here. shoulders away from the ears. There's a slight softness in the elbows, fingers spread wide, equal distance between the fingers. As you breathe in, rise the tips of toes so you can step, or you can use your inhale to jump forward. Exhale, forward fold. Lifting back up into chair pose. Sink deep, draw the shoulders back. Hands down to your heart center. And take a breath. So close your eyes. Open the eyes, hands back down by your side. Bend the knees back up into Utkatasana chair pose. Belly in, tailbone down. Forward fold, hands down towards the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, step or jump, it's fine, into plank position. So move through your vinyasa. Rock forward first, either to the knees or without the knees coming down, quarter of the way. Front of the feet, shoulders back, downward facing dog. Inhale and lift the right leg up behind you. This time bend the right knee to open up the right hip. And look under your left armpit to see your foot. Hello. And from here, right foot comes up by right hand. Again, pivot your back foot around. Warrior two to face the front. Looking over your front fingertips. Now extend your standing leg. Come in slightly, about an inch with your stance. Lean out towards the front. Right hand can come down, can either touch the shin, perhaps the toes, the fingertips can wrap around the toes. Wherever you are is perfect. So breathing here. Draw the hip back. And moving on, left hand onto left hip. Bend your right knee, be mindful. This right foot will want to turn in because it's easier. But basically keep it straight out. Soften the standing leg. Take the right fingertips down and keep it very low to begin with. If you'd like to, you can use a block. You don't have to use a block, but it helps highway. So right wrist below the shoulder, lift up the back leg, and extend the left arm towards the sky. And breathe. So breathing with ease in each and every posture. If you're looking towards the floor, look towards the side. Looking towards the side, look towards the ceiling. Good. Soften the standing leg. Back up into Trikonasana. Windmill the arms down, right hand down, left hand down. The front foot joins the back foot and you move through your vinyasa. So option one, which I'll do, is to the knees, onto the belly, gently into cobra. I think we deserve a child's pose. So toes together, knees apart, sit back on the heels and breathe. Hands can be in front or behind you. So take this moment to breathe into the back of the body. On your next inhale, come back up again. Onto all fours, curl the toes back into downward facing dog. Toes come together behind you. Bring the heels down towards the floor. Don't worry if they don't touch. Then see if you can lift the toes up off the mat. So it's a gentle stretch into the calf area here. Rise the tips of toes, bend the knees, look forward step, or you can jump towards the hands. Head down to the knees, coming back up into chair pose. So sinking as deep as you can. Shoulders away from the ears, coming up to standing. Good. Hands back down by your side. Again, bend the knees, reach the arms up. From here, forward fold, hands down towards the feet. Inhale, halfway lift here or here. Weights to the fronts of the toes. Bend the knees, hands to mat, step or jump back into plank. Moving through the vinyasa again. Rocking forward, elbows in. Come to the knees, option one. Or without the knees, option two, cobra. Or full upward dog back into downward facing dog. So again, inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, but this time the right foot will come up by the right hand and the back knee comes down towards the mat. If you need to, just take a cushion for your back knee. Inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, gently lunge. If it's okay for your knee, flatten the back foot for a deeper stretch into your left hip flexor. Relax your shoulders and breathe. So letting go of any tension in the body. If it's there for you, reach the arms up to the sky. Good. Exhale, hands back down to your feet. From here, take the curl the back toe and take the weight back onto the back knee. Look towards the front, leaning forward. If you'd like to, you can use 2 blocks. Find length in the spine. Don't worry about head to knee. Lengthen the spine. Right hip forward. Sorry, right hip back. And then the head down to the knee, or without the blocks. Good. From here, weight forward onto the front foot. Either hands either side of the front foot joins the back foot, moving through your flow. Option 2 again, upward dog, back into downward facing dog. Same thing on this side, inhale, lift the left leg. Foot comes back, up by the front hand. Back knee comes down, so just make sure you're comfortable here with the knee. Roll a mat or take a cushion for the knee and gently lunge forward. Draw that right hip forward, feeling it on the front hip flexor. Relax the shoulders. If you like, reach the arms up. If it's there, if you take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers and draw the shoulders back to open the chest, but keep breathing. Hands back by the front foot. Weight back onto the back knee, look forward. Left hip back, right hip forward. You can stay here or use the blocks, the highway or the sideways. Make sure the outside of the foot is also drawing towards you. I want to do this curling was because it's easier. So from here, coming forward, head to the knee if you can. Feeling a deep stretch on the back of the left leg and hamstring and calf. Blocks back down, foot back down, front foot joins the back foot again, moving through your vinyasa. So forward, this is option 2. Remember, you can always use option 1, back into downward facing dog. So breathing fully and deeply here. Whenever you come to your downward dog, see if you can find a deeper expression. So sit bones lift up, shoulders back, there's a slight softness in the elbows, looking at one place. Feet together behind you. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. This time the right knee comes to the chest, and bring the nose towards the knee. Lift the chest to the sky. Hold, and gently place the right foot by the right hand. Keep the back heel lifted as you lift. Hands onto the hips. And gently lunge forward. If it's there, if you reach the arms up, look to the sky. This may challenge your balance as you look up, so you can always look forward. Again, reach the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, wrists together, and open the chest and breathe. Release the hands to your heart center, back knee down onto the mat. As you inhale, lean forward and bring the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. From here, bring the hands towards the center of the chest. If it's there, if you slide your arm further down, bring the hands closer in. And if it's there, if you lift the back knee. And look over your right shoulder. And breathe. With each exhale, you're twisting from the ribs. Good. Release both hands by your front foot. Front foot joins your back foot, moving through the flow. Good. So we always do on one side what we do on the other. Inhale, lift the left leg. Knee into chest, nose to knee. Back heel is lifted. Then gently place the left foot by the left hand. Back heel lifts up, reaching up. The hands can stay on the hip if this helps you balance. Back leg straight and strong. Engaging your quads. If you'd like, reach the arms up. Look towards the sky. Relax and breathe. Bring the hands to your heart center, back knee down onto the mat. Inhale, other side. Hands to the heart center. You can stay here. Keep breathing and twisting if it's there for you. Lift the back knee. So strong legs, strong foundation. Release the hands by the front foot. Front foot joins the back foot, look forward. Option 1 is for the flow onto the knees into cobra, or use option 2, back into downward facing dog. Toes together behind you, rise up on the tips of the toes, look forward. You can step or use your inhale to help propel you to the front. Exhale, forward fold. Bending at the knees, back up into chair pose. And back up to standing, close the eyes. So leave all those past postures behind you and just come back to your breath. Being present on your mat, present in your practice. Hands back down by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Forward fold, hands down towards the toes. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening. Bend the knees, step, or you can have a go at jumping back into plank. Down to the flow, option 1 or 2. Back into downward dog. Inhale and lift the right leg up behind you. And this time, place the right foot on the outside of the right hand. From here again, place the back knee down onto the mat. If it's there for you, come down onto both forearms. Make sure this right knee draws in towards the right shoulder. If you prefer and the elbows are not touching, you can use a block. Bring the forearms onto the block. You can even use 2 blocks. Relax the face and the jaw in lizard. Breathing fully. If it's there, you can curl the back toe and lift the back knee. Good. Come back onto the hands, front foot joins the back foot, bring the feet together. Right hand in the center of the mat, ensure the right wrist is below the right shoulder. Roll on the outside of the right foot. Bring the right knee down for support, below the hip, coming up to side plank. If it's there for you, left foot in front, supporting from here, or you can stack the foot as well, lifting up, fingers together, and back round onto the front, and coming down onto your forearms into a plank. So tailbone draws towards the heels and you look forward. Push the heels away from you. Pressing the forearms away from you and the shoulders, and smile. It helps if you smile through the postures you find more challenging. And then come back onto the hands, gently back into downward facing dog and breathe. Remember, take a child's pose whenever you need it. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. And bring the left foot up by the left hand. Place the back knee down onto the mat. You can come down onto your forearms if it's there for you, both elbows touching the ground. Otherwise, use a block, use 2 blocks. As long as you're feeling it in the left hip, relax the shoulders and breathe. Try not to hold the tension in the jaw, just soften and let go. Take the blocks away if you have them. And if it's there for you, you can curl the back toe and lift the back knee. Try to look forward rather than letting the head drop. Come back onto the hands, front foot joins the back foot into plank position, feet are together. Draw the belly in, left hand in the center of the mat, the left wrist below the left shoulder. Roll on the outside of the left foot. You can bring the knee down and reach out to the right side. So wrist below the shoulder to help you align. Or you can put the right foot in front. Or you can stack one above the other. Breathing with ease. Good. Right hand comes down. Coming back onto the forearms. You can stay in dolphin plank. Or you can lift the hips while walking the toes towards you and looking towards the thumbs. Again, lift the shoulders away from the floor. We're building strength in our scapular area. Or you can be here, finding the balance between flexibility and strength, in between the two. Bring the knees into your chest and back into child's pose. So just breathing into the back of the ribs in child's pose. A chance to come back to center. Good, then open the eyes. Come forward onto your hands and curl the toes under behind you. Lift the heels and bring the knees together. Have a bit of a play as we bring our hands to our heart center. into a modified squatting position. Relax the shoulders. You can close the eyes and breathe. Bring the hands that are in front of you, spread the fingers wide. Lift the hips towards the sky. And if this is new to you, you can use a block. You can stand on the block and the heels are lifted. Hands in front of you, lift the hips. Knees come onto the top of the arms and lean forward. Try not to look down, look forward. Lift up one foot and take it down, and the other foot and take it down. And that might be it for a while. Otherwise, you can try lifting both feet. One foot lifts up, and then maybe lift the other foot. I'm breathing here in Bakasana in crow pose. Gently bring the feet back down, and come back onto all fours. Take the hands towards you, so you're on the top of your hands. And sit back towards the heels and just stretch out your wrists. Sometimes in your arm balancing, you might feel it a bit on the wrist to begin with. Good. Then sit back on the heels, stretch them out that way. And you can rotate them around. Good. So fingers spread wide, come back into your downward dog and just notice how this feels now. Really soft. Good. Feet together, rise on the tips of toes, look forward. Step or jump towards the front. Head to knees, forward fold. Arms at the side with the belly in. Hands to your heart center. Good. So take the weight onto your left side. Foot comes into the ankle, you can stay here. Find a spot to focus on in front of you that's not moving. Hands to your heart center. You can bring the foot below the knee or pick up the foot and take it above the knee. Soften your gaze, relax your shoulders. You can stay here or reach the arms up. So standing strong and steady, even while obstacles come your way, you can stay rooted and strong. Bring the palms together, down towards the heart center. And with as much grace and control as you came into the posture, you can release the right foot. Take the right weight onto the right side, hands onto the hips. You can stay here, this is great. And change your perspective by looking up a little bit higher. Foot can come below the knee or above the knee. Try not to take the foot on the knee. Reaching up, you can stay here or hands to heart center. Or reach them up above you this time, palms together if you like. Relax the shoulders, relax your gaze. Balance between focus and letting go. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and your hips are still facing towards the front. And gently bring the hands down to your heart center and gracefully take the foot back down to the floor. Good. Step in the front of the mat, inhale, reach the arms up. Lengthen through the spine, come down to the right, to center, down to left. And center, forward fold, hands down towards the toes. Inhale, looking forward, here or here. Bend the knees, hands to mat, step or jump back into plank position, moving through your vinyasa. So either to your knees or without the knees. Moving to cobra and back into downward facing dog. Good. So from here, bring the right knee up behind the right wrist. The knee is coming towards the edge of the mat. Just check your back leg is straight behind you and just be mindful here of your knees. You don't want to feel it on the knees, okay? If you do, bring the foot closer in towards the body. Otherwise, the shin is working its way towards parallel with the mat. You can stay lifted, feeling it on this right glute side. Lifting tall And if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can come down deeper. You could use the blocks, if you'd like, for your forearms. Or coming down deeper, head to floor. Keeping that left hip coming forward. Relax around the jaw and the shoulders. And close your eyes and breathe. So we tend to hold on to things that challenge us. So in yoga we learn to let go of physical challenges, which then leads to releasing emotional challenges that we may have held in our body. This is why hip opening sometimes feels quite intense. Good. So the best way to come out of this is to come up, curl the back toe behind you, press your hands into the mat, push up through the floor, back into downward dog. With this knee, lift it up and just rotate the hip you've just worked. And gently we'll come to the other side. So knee behind wrist. Work the shin towards the front of the mat. Make sure the back leg is straight. You may need a block, in which case if you find you roll over, take a block or a cushion underneath the hip so that you're sitting up straight. You'd feel it on the left side of your glute, but not on your knee. Okay? Otherwise, sink deep. You can stay lifted. Or come down onto your forearms. Or come down deeper. So just be mindful and know which side feels different. And take as deep a breath as possible into the body. With each exhale, letting go. So using the breath to let go of anything that does not serve us. Curl the back toes, push up through the hands, back into downward facing dog. Good, lift the knee and rotate the hip as much as you need to. Good. And from here, come down into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, hands by your side. Stretching out the back. Or you might like to take the hands in front and push the hips back towards the heels. And gently lifting back up. Take the hips out to one side and the legs out in front of you. So from here, just bring the toes towards you, and the heels and the feet are touching, hands by your side, belly in, chin to chest, and draw the inner thighs together. Press the backs of the legs into the mat, in Dandasana in staff pose. Close the eyes. Press the backs of the legs firmly downwards, breathing. And gently open the eyes and take the right foot on the inner left thigh. So from here, gently reaching up. And as you exhale, forward fold. You can take behind the foot, or if it's there for you, take the hands either side of the foot. And gently bring the head down towards the knee. Looking forward as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, softly coming down. And draw the right shoulder down towards the right knee. And press the back of your left leg towards the mat as much as you can. And then inhale and come up. Just changing it around. Sitting up tall, reaching up tall as you can, sitting tall, and fold forward. So the hands can come wherever they come to. So behind the foot, hold the side of the foot, or the hands by the side, draw the left side of the body down. Think about lengthening rather than bringing your head towards the knee. And then gently coming up again. Take your feet as wide as the mat, palms facing upwards away from the body. Snuggle the shoulders under, close the eyes. And you've arrived at the most important part of your practice. As now the mind can relax as the body has been released and can relax. As the breath returns to normal, relax the toes and the feet, and the ankles, the shins and the calves and the knees. Relax the quads and the hamstrings, the belly, the lower back. Relax the chest and the shoulders. All the way down your arms to your forearms, the hands, the tips of the fingers. Relax your neck and release your jaw. And soften all the muscles around the eyes and the brow and the forehead. Whole body is relaxed. Mind is relaxed. When you're ready, gently move your fingers and your toes, keeping your eyes closed. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll over onto one side. And then gently push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Palms facing up on the knees, thumb and index finger lightly touching. And just notice how you feel now compared to when you first started your practice today. Reach the arms above your head, palms together and draw them down towards your heart center. And if you'd like to, please join me in a final Om to close our practice on our next inhale. Thank you for joining me today, sharing your energy, committing to yourself, to your practice, and to whatever came up for you on your mat. Have a wonderful rest of day. Namaste.